The Shufflers. During the dark and evil days of the mysterious pestilence of 2020, when the once vibrant cities of the world became eerie ghost cities, people worldwide shuttering themselves indoors for months on end. Those were truly frightening times, with only the fearlessly weird, eccentric adventurers and the essential workers daring to venture out of their homes. In Liverpool, some of those intrepid men and women noticed something rather sinister about some of the men and women out on the streets. They seemingly weren't humans. The way they hobbled or shuffled, their rigid and hunched postures and just their demeanor, seemed unhuman to say the least. Far beyond the wretched normality of some. They seemed to be zombies or ghouls. Their faces always concealed by a surgical masks or scarves, seeming to be an attempt to hide their faces rather than protect themselves from the pestilence. Twice I caught a glimpse of their facial features. On both occasions my blood ran cold. The feelings conjured by the sight were that of half disgust, half fear. The first time, I wrote it off as a one-off or a human who had some horrific accident or facial deformities. The second time, I was with a friend on a roof. We both watched, unseen to the shuffler, in utter demented terror as the unhuman creature slowly shuffled along the empty street, in the center of Liverpool. Its face so hideous, it makes one quiver. To even recount it, words will do no justice. From then time I was convinced I had seen a race of quasi-humans. Ye gods, what abominable curses did you put on these creatures? As a truth seeker I had to get to the bottom of it. The pestilential COVID restrictions had been lifted. I spent 2 frustrating and fruitless months of my free time sifting through the records in the Liverpool Record Office in the grandiose Victorian building that is the National Library. I meticulously looked through sections that had files and records on the supernatural and weird. I found nothing bar articles and police reports of weird happenings, generally attributed to ghosts by the simple folk. Until one day, I found in a tattered and dust-covered file in a long-forgotten cabinet, the smells of mold and damp and odors very foreign to my nostrils, wafted out. I had finally found what I had been looking for, confirmation. In the file were the photographs of a Victorian photographer and occult researcher by the name of Seamus O'Houlihan. In the small note attached to the photos it reads, "Photographs of the kindly but shy race of ghouls, living in Victoria Tunnel. They live off of the food donations from kindly dock workers and the meat of tunnel rats they capture. They now trust me enough for me to photograph them. They speak of a witch's curse put on them in the forest of Wirral, making them into immortal ghouls." Seamus O'Houlihan, 1889. According to my research, poor Seamus's body was found dumped in the River Mersey not too long after he took the photos. The story was then forgotten or buried. My research continues.
Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe to this small channel. It will help a lot. Thank you.